know where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfield.
This episode of Chief Concerns is brought to you by BetOnline.AG. BetOnline remains your number one source for all your basketball betting this season. Get analysis of every play, prop, and point at BetOnline. You'll find the latest odds, team matchups, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline is your basketball headquarters this season. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to sign up and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your bonus. BetOnline.AG, where the game starts. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Chief Concerns. I'm Marcus Dash here with legendary tight end Jason Dunn, and we got some new blood, some new Kansas City Chiefs blood in running back Deneric Prince. Deneric, how we doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Hey man, I just want to say, man, welcome to the Chiefs. It's an exciting moment, draft day. Seeing what's going on, just during that entire process, and waiting to see where you're going to land. Right? It could be nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking not just for you, but your family, all the people that's been there to support you. But congratulations, man. Like I said, just becoming a Chief. Okay, so it's your time now. It's your time to shine, baby.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Derek, so JD kind of talks about draft day, and you were an undrafted free agent, and so obviously going to day 1, day 2, day 3, not hearing your name get called. What's going through your mind as the 7th round kind of comes and you don't, you didn't hear your name called? What's kind of the process? How's that hitting you?
Okay, so obviously late in the 7th, I was a little disappointed that I wasn't hearing my name called, but I knew I put in the work, so I knew that something good was going to come.
And with that, like, you knew something good was going to come. And sometimes, man, when guys have to take that path, right? Maybe not necessarily hearing your name called. I'll kind of talk about like my journey. Like, I was expecting to be drafted, early, like a first rounder, end up going 2nd round. But all I could think of was, okay, everybody that passed on me, I'm gonna make it pay. Everybody that doubted me, I'm gonna show them. I'm just gonna show out. And so that was like my drive. That was one of the things I wanted to do. So kind of talk about that a little bit, man. As far as like, you kind of seeing that, the disappointment of it, but also too, the elation that you got once your name was called. What's your process you thinking about at that moment?
It just really give me that chip on my shoulder, like everybody that doubted me, I just gotta prove them wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see, man. You got that on your shirt, man. It says hope. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is that your model right now, as far as like a chip on your shoulder, having that hope? You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Just having that hope and having that belief and always keeping faith.
Okay, that's good. So when we talking, like, so once you got the phone call, right? They're talking to you. What was said on the phone? What did they say to you on the phone? Just to kind of, get you there. And how did you feel after you got that phone call, put the phone call down?
So he just called me and said, if you don't hear your name called in these last few selections, they gonna take me for an undrafted free agent. They was gonna sign me, and it was some good money and a good situation. So it looked like a good spot for me.
So prior to that, Deneric, had you had any kind of contact with the Chiefs, like in the pre-draft process? Had you talked to the Chiefs at all before you finally got that phone call in the 7th round telling you that?
Yes, sir. So during the draft process, I had a couple Zooms with them, and it was some good coaches. They like me, so I feel like it would be a good fit for me.
What was so what was some of the teams that was talking to you, if you don't mind me asking?
And like Like draft day or like during the process?
In the process, and sometimes in the process, the teams that talk to you may not necessarily be the ones talking to you on draft day, right? Because it kind of narrows down all of a sudden to like the ones that really want you. Okay? So go ahead.
I talked to the 49ers. They had liked me a lot, and the Dolphins, Jaguars. I took visits to go see them teams too, and it was good places. They liked me.
Okay. So then you get the call from Kansas City. What did you think? Do you know any of the history with Kansas City other than winning the Super Bowls? Anything in history as far as running backs? Who's here running back?
Yeah, I know they have my guy Jamal Charles. He was one of my favorite running backs.
Oh yeah. So sure, that's an easy one. That's an easy one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what I was saying that another guy was a great running back with the Chiefs. One of my guys that I blocked for. This dude had like 4 touchdowns in one game. Is Derrick Blaylock, Mookie. Block told me, man, he worked you out. He told me, he said, man, look, JD, he said, man, he's a dog. He's a hard worker. He's out to go get it. Okay. And so I know when he's talking about it, I know he's being real with it. Okay. And like I said, we know each other. We've known each other for quite, let me see. That's about 2000. That's almost 20 years we've known each other. So I know he's going to be real with me. He ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. So if he says you're official, I know you're official. So tell me a little bit about that process of you kind of getting ready coming into the draft. Like some of your workouts and stuff like that. What was you doing? What was your routine?
Like with Blaylock?
Yeah, with Blaylock. Just the whole, yeah.
So right after the season, my season ended kind of early, ended like November. So I was like the first one in the facility. I met Blaylock. He was a good guy, and he just helped me get prepared for the East-West Shrine Bowl and helped me get prepared for the combine. He helped my speed, agility, my jumps. He helped all that, helped me increase all of that. So I just give my shout out to him, and thanks to him for helping me.
Right. That's what's up. Yeah, Block, man, he does a good job with guys, man, getting them prepared and getting them ready. Shoot, hopefully, man, when you got time, I know you got to go see him again.
I still train with him. I was with him earlier today. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm still with him.
All right. Good. Yeah, man. If anybody knows the process of how to do things getting better, that's Derrick Blaylock, man. He's one of Kansas City Chiefs. Heart. That's they drafted him, and the Chiefs Kingdom love him. They love him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if they know he's connected to you, they're gonna love you even more, right? More than they love you now for getting you in here.
Yes, sir.
What is that Coach Blaylock told you about Kansas City? Has he given you any insights into Kansas City at all yet? Have you guys talked about like the good spots to go to or anything? Has he told you anything about his time in Kansas City?
No, we haven't so today was my first time seeing him since I got the news. So we didn't really get too much into that. We just read his training today, but I'm probably gonna ask him later on during the week.
Okay. Kansas City, man, a good city, man. How does it feel coming to a Super Bowl team? Okay, you had an organization have been winning. Matter of fact, the best organization in football right now today. This is the place to be. How do you feel about that?
Obviously, I feel great. I know they have high expectations, and I'm just here to help them continue the legacy, keep it going.
Okay. So let me ask you, because I was watching some of your film, just kind of checking you out, your running style a little bit. Who do you say? Okay, two-part question. Who do you look at as far as running back wise? Okay, that you say, hey man, this guy right here is, he's the man. To somebody I want to be like. And then what's your running style? Who do you say you kind of emulate yourself after, if anybody, when you run the football?
Obviously, me personally, I feel like I play like myself. I feel like I'm different, but I do like to watch other players and take stuff from their games. And them guys will be like Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Taylor. Them 3 guys probably the main 3 guys I've been watching in the league.
Okay. Do you feel like you have like at least some similar styles to any of those three that you just named, or like you
Yeah,
say?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. What is what do you feel like you could bring to the table at running back for the Chiefs? What is your greatest weapon and attribute that you have?
I believe me being able to break for long runs, catch out the backfield, get tough yards, is a three down back. Like whatever they need out of me, I feel like I can do it.
That's good. That's good. You know, three down backs is kind of tough to come by these days. If you say you can do that, that's value that you have. Because usually you have a guy that's either a little bit small or a little bit bigger, but somebody can do it all three down back. Man, I'm telling you, man, there's a huge space in the NFL for guys like you. What I saw on the video is you seem like you like physicality.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, you look like you like to hit. You don't shy away from contact. You're not the running back to step out of bounds. You know, when you can see, you know, little guys that start moving out, you know, don't want to get hit. To you though, it seems when you get hit, you just keep going. It almost like it encourages you, you know, to keep bringing it. Is that something in your mindset? Like you kind of see? Is that what you like doing?
Well, you just like I've been running hard like ever since Little League, so it just been carrying over. I just been getting better ever since.
Okay.
Deneric, one thing that I wanted to ask you, so you got the call from Kansas City, and when they called you, and I don't know how familiar you're from Texas, so I'm assuming you're a Cowboys fan.
Oh no, I ain't a Cowboys.
You're not a Cowboys. Okay. But the one thing I want to ask, so like last year, the Chiefs, you know, drafted Pacheco the 7th round, and we had signed that offseason. We signed Ronald Jones, and that year, last year, and we also had CEH in the building, who's still in the building, but Pacheco, a 7th round guy, ended up becoming the main ball carrier by week 4, week 5, and it showed. I mean, did it kind of show you like that this team's not afraid to start guys, you know, who are in the 7th round or later? I mean, was that one of the things that kind of popped out to you? Like, you know, like Pacheco was a 7th round guy, and he was the main ball carrier in the Super Bowl. Like, I could do that. You know, was that something that kind of stood out to you a little bit?
Yeah, it just kind of shows that they put the best player in. So that's just what it shows me.
What do you like? If I told some of my guys, I coached some guys that was coming into the NFL, getting drafted. Coached at the Collegiate Bowl, the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl, and all the guys, the tight ends I had, are all free agents. They're all free agent signings. One of the messages I gave to them is like, listen, this is going to be your time, right? Now the job starts. Okay, now the time is to take advantage of your situation, your opportunity. You got to take it for what it's worth, every bit of it. You know what I mean? And so it's a business that can be very, very brutal, okay? But it's very rewarding if you're able to, you know, keep yourself healthy, obviously keep your mind on what you need to do. What has anybody ever talked to you about as far as like, you know, get into the NFL, what it means? Like, you know, do you have anybody mentors wise that's done that before?
I got a few teammates like from Tulsa that's in the league now. Just the main thing is just your mentality, just your study habits, and just turning into a pro and handling your business like a pro. And about like what you doing with your time now that there's no more school, like are you studying or like what you doing, them type of things.
Yeah. It's good advice, man. It's great advice. It's great advice. Mm-hmm.
Deneric, so a lot of people who may not know about your story, I mean, you started off at Texas A&M before transferring to Tulsa. Can you kind of talk about that journey going from Texas A&M and then moving on to Tulsa? Can you kind of talk about that? Because I mean, I play college ball D2 and D3, not at your level, of course, but transferring, man, that I know nowadays it's such a big deal with the transfer portal stuff, but like back then, you know, transferring that many times can be tough and taxing on a student. and also as a player too, getting different programs and stuff. Can you kind of talk about that whole journey of going from Texas A&M to Tulsa?
Okay, so originally coming out of high school, I chose A&M because I was recruited by Coach Sumlin, and they was only taking one running back. And I think he wound up getting fired like right before signing day, but I was committed for like over a year, so I decided to stay committed. And Jimbo came, and it was a loaded running back room, probably like 7 running backs on scholarship, like that was in my grade. So I just didn't see my way to the field. So I stuck it out for like a year and a half, and then wound up jumping in the portal. And Tulsa gave me the opportunity of a lifetime, and it just went on from there. That's really where the journey started.
Yeah, and a great career you had at Tulsa. Over 1,700 yards rushing and like 15 total touchdowns. Is that correct?
I don't know to be exact. Yeah.
So obviously you get the call from Kansas City and all that. What comes to mind when you think about playing behind Patrick Mahomes, the modern day GOAT, as a lot of people are calling him?
It's a great feeling, to be honest, is being around them type of people, just higher expectations.
Yeah.
Do you know much about the guys that's going to be in the same room with you, that you're going to be competing with, and also too becoming part family? You know much about them guys? Jared McKinnon, Isaiah Pacheco, CEH.
I've seen like some film, but I don't know them personally. But I'm excited to meet them and grow a bond with them.
Good, yeah. I tell people all the time, I said, man, the thing is, when you get into the Chiefs organization, man, it's really like family. It's really like family. Those dudes, they're going to take care of you. They're going to make sure you're straight and you're right. That way you can just go out there and strive and just ball, what you need to do, like I said, just kind of taking care of that business. So now you drafted, right? What is who have you talked to as far as family wise, and kind of where you was able to just take everything in stride with your family, man? Talk about your people a little bit, friends, mother, father, brothers, sisters, your family. What's your family think about all this?
Well, everybody they was really, really excited for me. The day after we just threw a draft party and invited all my friends and family. It was just a real, real good day for me. And the day I got picked up, it was my mom's birthday, so it was just just a good feeling. It was just a good day.
Wow, that's a great birthday present. That's a great birthday present. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
That's good.
Deneric, we're gonna have a lot of Chief fans watch this and listen to this podcast. What's some things you want the Chiefs Kingdom to know about Deneric Prince, the player and the person? What are some things you want Chiefs Kingdom to know about you? What kind of guy they're getting to the city of Kansas City?
What type of guy you getting? You getting a team player, football player. You getting every down back, a guy that can catch the ball, run routes, get tough yards, break long runs, just be wherever the coach need me to be. A real humble guy.
And I like you saying that. You say, anywhere the coach needs you to be. Sometimes going in this situation, maybe as a free agent, you might be called to play special teams. Matter of fact, I know that's going to be part of it. That's going to be part of it. The thing is, if you're willing, like you said, you're willing to get out there, hit a guy, get down on the field, man, you create an incredible value for yourself. Being able to be available, that's the main thing, right? And so I'm gonna tell you, man, don't shy away when they ask you to do anything. Matter of fact, be the first one to step up there, right?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Oh yeah, because it's gonna come a time. The thing is, coach is gonna be out there like, look, we need a gunner, we need a 4 or 5, right? Shoot, don't be the dude looking back there, looking around like, who's going, right? Step right on in there. Step right on up in there. So you initializing knowing that you want to play. initializing that you belong to be here. Okay, if you got on a team that picked you up, you deserve to be there. Okay, so make no mistake about it, because it's not a mistake that you're on a team, that team picked you up. All right, because that means you got a lot of ability. Okay, now like I said, I watched your film, and man, I love how you run behind your pads. I absolutely love it. And that's like I said, that's a lost art this day. You don't see a lot of guys run behind their pads. They just don't. But you got that lean, and also too, you got that high knee drive that I've seen. You know, I don't know if you developed that just during your time just playing. Was that when you was doing it younger, or did it come a little bit later with that high knee kind of drive? Or what?
I kind of developed it when I ran track in high school,
Okay.
and I kind of started developing it then.
All right. Okay. Yeah, man, that's producing that power. You know, I could just think of guys back in the day. Roger Craig had the high knee drive. Ricky Waters, guys I knew, they had that high knee. And so sometimes when people see it, it may look a little orthodox to some people, but to people that know, just watch running backs over the years, the good ones do that. They had that high knee drive. They got that thing to them, and so you have that about you. Okay. What do you? I guess question. Go ahead, Mark. You have another question that some of the fans want to ask you. I know the fans want to know a lot about you, man. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let the fans.
I got index cards here of random questions I got from fans to ask Deneric. But before we get to that, I did want to ask you, Deneric. Since the Chiefs signed you this week, your highlights and all the stuff about you has been. Every Chiefs fan, so oh my God, Deneric Prince is awesome. This is gonna be great. We're gonna. What does that make you feel to see some of the stuff on social media about you? How excited the Chiefs fan base is to have you in Chiefs Kingdom? I'm sure you've had a seat.
Yeah, it's a real exciting feeling, you know. And I'm just ready to prove them right.
For sure. Yeah. JD, you wanted to ask something before we get to the fans' questions?
No. So how many people y'all play in front of down there in Tulsa?
Not too many.
Not too many? Oh.
Not too many.
But man, you better go into Arrowhead Stadium. I'm talking about the historic place of Arrowhead, and now Super Bowl champs. That, man, I'm telling you, that scenery is going to be rocking. It is going to be absolutely deafening. But you're going to just get energy just seeing the crowd. Just seeing, like I said, all of the history that it has there. So when do y'all get to the practice facility? When do y'all travel to get to Kansas City? Or are you already here?
On the 14th.
Okay.
And so we're gonna go to the fans' questions. So I posted a video online and got fans to kind of chime in and see what kind of questions that they wanted to ask you. We've already covered some of the ones that a lot of people had want us to ask in the interview, but we got some good ones here. So the first one, a bunch of fans want us to ask this one. This is pretty good. So last year during a post-draft interview, Isaiah Pacheco made buzz on social media by saying he is, quote, willing to come in and take a grown man's job. So some followers wanted me to ask you if you are willing to do the exact same thing that Isaiah Pacheco did last year.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I love to compete. That's like my favorite thing to do is compete.
But that's the mentality you got to have. Yeah, you got to look.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
All right. Okay, so next question. That's from Twitter, a Twitter follower. What does Deneric think his Madden rating should be next year?
I know my speed should be up there. I feel like I'm fast. I know most definitely that should be up there in the 90s.
All right. I like that.
90s tackle breaking. What about tackle breaking?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to prove all that. You know, I'm an undrafted free agent, so like people don't really know too much. So I'm gonna have to prove
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so this is Kansas City, so you're going to the land of barbecue, Deneric. So first question is, how familiar are you with Kansas City barbecue, and describe your ideal plate of barbecue?
Well, you know, I'm from Texas, so I ain't really heard too much about it. So y'all gonna have to show me some.
JD, tell him some spots to go to.
Yo, there's a couple of spots, man. One would be Q39 is one. Okay, that's really tasty. Gates is like your the one that everybody kind of knows. It's really good. There's a spot I can get to try it out. It's called Slappy's, I think. Slappy's is supposed to be pretty good. LC barbecue. Trying to think what else is good. Jack Stack is good. Once you get there, man, your boy, hey, let somebody put you in the direction. You know what I mean? I've kind of gotten away from eating a lot of barbecue, but I know you boys on the team, man. They're gonna put you together. We need to go eat. Yeah. Not only that, but also too, haircuts. Okay, you got to go see the team barber. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Got a cat named Dewan, man. He's got a real nice spread out there. He gets you all the way together. So.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, I need a barber.
yeah, for sure. Once you get there, man, you can be taking a whole lot of pictures. And so,
Okay.
Dewan that's the guy to go to for sure. That's where all the Chiefs go to.
Okay.
This is my own question as an Eric. Do you have a number yet with the team? Have they told you what number you're going to be wearing?
No, I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for that. If you could choose your number, JD, I don't know how that works. JD, do you get to choose your number when you go in there? I have no idea how that works.
Yeah, the numbers that the guys already got, they got. And so this is how it works. You'll get a number that's not yours. You'll just have it for, however long until the rosters start getting cut down. So you got to earn those numbers. It's an earning thing. You know what I mean? So at the end of it, whatever's left over at the 53-man roster or whatever, that's what's going to be your number. So you got to make sure you're in that mix so you can have that number, man. But that number you get, you earn it. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. Yeah.
This is one from our YouTube followers. Have you ever been to Arrowhead Stadium?
No, sir. I've never been.
Okay.
I'm excited to get there, though.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard a lot about it, man. It's the most traffic I think I've ever seen. I'm from the DC area. I lived in Miami. I've seen some traffic, but I have not seen the traffic I've ever seen like I did when I went to a 1:00 start time at a Kansas City Chiefs game. I told my Uber driver, I was like, I just pull off the side of the highway and I just walked down. I had to walk over like 2 hills to get to the parking lot. That was wild, JD.
Man.
Yeah, I guess I came kind of late for the tailgating. So I was trying to go to the tailgate, but like people get there like the night before, like 3 a.m. So like, I mean, it's
they switched it up now. Now you have to be like, I think it's like 6 hours before the game. That's the time limit. But when I'm telling you like 6 hours, them jokers is ready. They ready and packed. They're ready to go. Throw the coals on and get the thing cooking. So it's a good time. But I hadn't had a chance to experience that, man, because I was always playing. That's what I wanted to do last year. I just wanted to get out there and just, be in the people, in the crowd, So, yeah, man, everybody's gonna welcome you with open arms, man. I'm telling you, you will absolutely, absolutely love Kansas City. You will not be disappointed by it at all.
The last question I got for you, Deneric, from a Twitter follower here. You kind of answered this already, but this opens it up a little more. Growing up, which running back does your game remind you of that you watched when you were growing up as a fan?
So growing up, actually, who really made me start playing running back was LaDainian Tomlinson. And that's where it really all started for real. Like back in 2006, I used to watch him. I just wanted to be just like him.
It's a good running back right there now. Good running back.
Yeah, JD saw a lot of his touchdowns up close.
I see a lot of touchdowns up close, man. When I watched him get a whole lot of touchdowns denied stuff too. Let me so I got a good question for you. So when you come in, what would you say there's one thing that you say you have to improve on? One thing you have to get better at as a running back? Is it pass protection? Is it better cuts, vision? What do you feel like? Okay, I could get better maybe at this area. What would it be? What would the answer be?
I'll probably try to work on my patience. Probably reading defenses. I feel like I can work on that more now that I'm at the next level.
Okay. Did you do much pass protection down there at Tulsa?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. That's good. It's good background to have. You got a good one, man, up there with the Chiefs, man, and Jared McKinnon. He's a master at it. He's a tactician. He'll help with you, being able to scan and see and read defenses, like you said. So that's the main thing with you. When you get that playbook, man, stay in it. Stay in that joker. All right.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
JD, you played for Andy Reid back in the day. Do you have any study tips to give Deneric when he sees that playbook? I know it's the Andy Reid play was probably expanded a lot since you were with them, but do you have any study tips for him?
No, I mean, it's just like anything else. The time that you need to be studying, go ahead and study. The time that everybody might be out doing something, study. Get that extra in. And so the thing is, the more you can know, the better off you're gonna be. The more you know, the better off you're gonna be. That's what you have to remember. But just make sure, just like anything else, how you learning it, just visualize it. Ask questions. That's another thing too, man. Don't be afraid to ask questions. All right. Sometimes when guys get up there, if they don't know what's going on and they scared to ask, you're gonna look even worse because somebody's like, "Well, did you ask a question?" No, I didn't ask. Well, why not? Right? So, yeah, just ask the coaches, man. They're there to help you. Okay, they're there to help you. So make sure you ask questions, man. Make as many questions as possible, but more so, study. Defense and even like defense. I'll tell you this. I'll give you a little secret. Like reading defenses, talk to a defensive guy. Okay, because he'll tell you what they're trying to do. How things are and like what they're trying to achieve. Going against you. It helps out a lot too. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Man, like I said, man, I'm just I'm happy, man, and I'm thrilled for you. Getting up here, man, in Kansas City. Can't wait to see you out there on the field. I'll probably be up here at training camp. If I don't get there to like a mini camp or something, I'll come say what's up to you. Like I said, I'll let my boy D Block, talk to him. And like I said, man, he said he was certified, so I know you all good. And you just keep that going. Man. Keep working hard as you can. Like I said, it's opportunity, man, and take it for everything that it's worth. Okay. Never get comfortable. Never get complacent. Always feel like you said you got that chip on your shoulder. Always have that chip there. Always. All right. You're gonna be fine.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, all that knowledge that you're giving me.
Absolutely. Shoot.
Deneric,
That's what I'm here for. Shoot, I did it for a long time. So my thing is, man, I'm paying it back. It's what it's supposed to do. It's y'all time now. Now it's your time. So I like to see cats like you come in and I want you to take it over. So
yes, sir.
I don't want you coming and have I want you to have a long career in the NFL. So do it the right way, man. You will.
Yes, sir.
Great guy to hear it from, Deneric. This guy played in Kansas City alone 8 years and 12-year career, right, JD? 12 years? Mm-hmm. 12 years total, 8 years in Kansas City. The perfect guy to be here in this room.
Yes, sir.
All right, Deneric, though, we wish you best of luck, man. We really appreciate you coming on, and we can't wait to have you on another point during the off season, during the season as well. We'd love to hear what's new with you and how everything's progressing with you. We'd love to have you on again, my friend.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely. It was pleasure was ours, man. Believe me, pleasure is ours.
Yes, sir.
And any final words you want Kansas City to know before we head out here, and all the fans who are tuning into this episode?
Hey, I appreciate all the fans, and hey, I can't wait to prove y'all right.
Heck yeah, baby! Can't wait.
Yes, sir.
All right, Deneric. Well, that does it for us, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed our exclusive interview with Deneric Prince. So you guys just saw an amazing interview with Deneric Prince, running back out of Tulsa, rookie, and we hope he makes the team in sounds like a really good kid, and we really rooting for the kid. We hope you guys enjoyed that episode with Deneric, but we obviously with breaking news in the Chiefs Kingdom, we have to comment on this stuff. It's naturally what we got to do. So JD, for months you've been saying that let's hold off on naming Juwan Taylor the starting left tackle. Let's ride this out. Let's see what happens on the draft night, and let's see what happens post draft. You were the only one saying this, and we always monitor all the Chiefs news, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's locked in left tackle." I've even said he's locked in left tackle. But you're like, "No, let's relax on that." And what happened today? Chiefs signed Donovan Smith, left tackle from Tampa Bay, to a 1 year up to $9 million deal. So we'll see what happens with the incentives there. Your reaction to this, surprised or not surprised?
Yeah, am I surprised? Come on, man. Hey, I hate to say I told you so, but hey, I told you so. Now, listen, I'm not surprised at all. I believe fully that we were trying to address getting left tackle in the draft. I think it was our first priority. We didn't get it. I told you we had to draft the first 5 left tackles to be serious about it. The guys that we named during our draft segment that we had was Darnell Wright, and we talked about Anton Harrison. Okay, both those guys went early. Especially Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright was like, I don't know, maybe 8th, 10th pick, somewhere around there. I don't know, Chicago. But then all of a sudden it was like, well, those guys who would have been a great fit for what we do, had the best feet in the draft, weren't available anymore. So I think Juwan Taylor was really he was a contingency plan when he first got over here. And I've said this. I said, look, trying to make that transition from right tackle to left tackle is a difficult one. It's not impossible because we seen Orlando Brown Jr. do it, and so he did it. He certainly was, did it pretty good. I think he did a pretty decent job. At times he struggled, but to me that's normal. I knew it was going to be a process. It's a huge process. I don't think people quite understand. Even though it sounds easy, oh well, he's just playing tackle. He's going from right to left. And how difficult can it be? It was very difficult. The difficulty comes with, your body gets used to being in a position for a long time, a certain position for a long time. It's almost, and I kind of liken it to like a boxer. You're almost asking a boxer who's right-handed to go southpaw for him to become now the dominant southpaw. Now he can do it. Will he still be as effective as being a right-hand boxer? It's not going to be as strong, but it will be effective. He probably fool you to think he's a southpaw boxer, but it won't be to the same effect and efficiency that you had a guy who was dominant in his hand and what he did. So this is not a shock to me. It's not. I know people were talking about it. Oh well, we signed Juwan Taylor. Well, he was right tackle. I think the transition was okay. Orlando Brown Jr. left. We can get Juwan Taylor for this amount of money. If we get him, who was probably regarded as one of the best right tackles in the game at the time, right? Let's get him here because we struggled with right tackle too, right? So we're like we just struggling with Orlando Brown Jr. We were struggling with right tackle, okay? And so we need to replace that too. Now, personally, I believe that Darren Kennard, another one of us guys we had up there, is a guy that was getting better. They was talking about him getting better. We know Lucas Niang is going to come back, right? But he's been dealing with injuries. We know that. His is just not the availability. Not the ability, the availability, which was the issue and the problem. But Juwan Taylor coming in, having athletic ability, what he could do, that was a possibility of him going to left tackle. I just, personally, I just didn't see it. I've been an O-line coach. Watching the scheme, I understand that I've done pass protection. I block on the line. Been doing it for a long time. I know how difficult it is. Look, and as tight ends, we go from both sides of right to left. So I know how difficult it is to go from one side to the next and to get it. But we work on that because, we have to be almost ambidextrous. You got to work on both sides because that's the way that we just kind of, it's our motion. That's our, how we, get into formations. So Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. I just think, I think what people were shocked at is because the amount of money that we signed for, right? I think that's the big issue. And I said this. I said, the thing is, if you get Juwan Taylor now, early, then you'll have to pay him a whole boatload of money later on down the road. You don't have to pay him $100-something million to play right tackle. Get him where it's feasible early on, so we know the money's going up each and every year. Let's keep it, at least where it's comparable to what we can give. And the reality is this: we put that money into Juwan Taylor because we got $500 million back there we need to protect. Let's just be honest here. Let's just be real. And so if we're talking about that, then it makes a lot of sense that you put your money into the O-line. We hit in the draft with Creed Humphrey, with Trey Smith. We were hoping to hit in the draft with a left tackle that's going to be able to help out the line too. Especially when you got Joe Thuney right there beside him that can help him out a whole lot. We paid a lot of money for Joe Thuney. That investment has paid off in great dividends. It has. We have won that investment. That investment that we had in him, we have won. He went out there and played left tackle when we needed him to, right? So that's, to me, it's not difficult to understand. I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm just saying that. Not saying that Juwan Taylor can't do it. He does have the ability. We know that. We know that, like I said, he's athletic to do it, to play left tackle. But why would you? And here's the question, and this is what they have to explore: is if you have a tool, why use a screwdriver when the hammer is the tool that you need, right? Like, we don't have to use a screwdriver for the hammer. When we have a hammer, we're gonna go get a hammer. So that's the thing. Juwan Taylor is an absolutely brilliant, gifted right tackle. He's athletically gifted. He can go to left tackle. But if he doesn't pan out, if he hasn't really been playing left tackle, it's going to take some time for that development, for that transition. Now, you can sit there and say, like we did, and I talked about this too, we got Jerick McKinnon back. Jerick McKinnon was one of those things like, okay, if everything just doesn't work out, Jerick McKinnon is going to be the guy to be able to help out. So we're talking about chips and all of that. We're talking about giving Orlando Brown Jr. We still had to do the same thing with Juwan Taylor, maybe just making that transition, or get a guy here who might have been a rookie. So, so now you go get a guy, Tampa Bay, who's pretty solid. I watched, over the years. Everybody's talking about we have a great year. Well, sure, there's going to be down years that guys have. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But I think. He'll get right. They gave him $9 million, so I think they feel he can do the job. If they didn't feel like he can do the job, they would have brought him here. But I think this right here wasn't necessarily a desperation move, but it was a necessary move. It's a necessary move because you want a guy that's being deemed to play that position, who's been playing that position for his entirety of his career. That's the guy you want doing that job and the responsibility. So it's not hard to understand that. It isn't.
And you also got to factor in too, now with Donovan Smith, the left tackle, Juwan Taylor, right tackle, and then drafting Wanya Morris, who can compete. And then you have Niang and Kennard already there. So you have, and Prince too. Let's not forget Prince. You have a pretty good, you go from a team that was kind of slim at tackle, and now you have a pretty good depth at the tackle position, which I think it's a brilliant move. Also to counter your point, or not counter, but to contribute to your point of the Donovan Smith signing. They obviously like Donovan Smith enough to pay him $9 million, because anything we've seen this offseason, he don't like paying anybody anything. So the fact that we're paying him up to $9 million shows you how much we want to lock down that left tackle position, maybe just for 1 year, and then we can have the see what we can do for the future wise in the left tackle spot. So yeah, what do you make of the depth we now have at the tackle position?
I think it was necessary. I think this signing was a necessary move. It was a necessary signing. So even if Juwan Taylor wouldn't have played left tackle, you still may. You still may get over that way, right? But you have a capable guy, and the depth that you have now, you don't have to necessarily worry about if this guy is out of it. Who do you bring in to play this position? And so Juwan Taylor, who has athletic ability, he'll get reps at left tackle. I guarantee. Look, in camp, he'll get reps at left tackle. I promise you he'll probably do that. Okay. But like I said, that's a contingency plan. That's what that is. But I do believe that because we didn't get those tackles early on in the draft, it was kind of reactive about who we was going to get as far as tackles, right? Because it's like, okay, well, we got to change what we're thinking of, what we're going to do. Now let's go get the defensive end, which is fine. This is how drafts happen. This is how it works. And so what they just did is start taking names off the board. Okay, names off the board. Where's the priority at right now? Okay, and so they knew defense was one of the priorities. We need a defensive end. Okay, we need a wide receiver. Same thing. If everything just falls with D-Hop and it didn't work and it was too much money to do that, sure, go get your wide receiver up. Guy that's going to be here. So we did that too. So this is still a good draft. Marlon Morris is still a good draft pick. Okay, we got guys, we got depth, which we need. I like it. I love the signing. I think that was strategic by Beach, just doing the right thing, really. Because ultimately, the reality is that you have guys in the back, quarterbacks, who are making so much money that the team goes as the quarterback goes. That's a fact. That's just what it is. So you have these superstars, MVPs who's making a boatload of money. You got to make sure you're protecting that investment and protecting that guy. Because if he goes down, it's a whole different conversation, right?
Completely.
Yeah. So I don't think anything is, kind of hard to understand. I think, they were talking. It's kind of up in the air. To me, it just felt like, it's not solidified that he's going to play left tackle. Like I said, we're going to have to do another experiment. Bringing a guy who's playing right tackle, go to left. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to put the time and effort into that? Okay. And if he doesn't pan out, then you're paying $80 million for a guy who's having a hard time struggling in left tackle.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. And I remember when we looked at Jawaan Taylor's workout videos, I remember you pointed out more times that he was in a right tackle set than he was in a left tackle set. Big key was for me was, he's doing a left tackle set. You're like, yeah, but he's doing more right tackle sets than I'm seeing him do left tackle sets. But my question to you is, are we a better football team today, knowing that we now have a legitimate guy who can play left tackle rather than hoping that Jawaan Taylor can play left tackle?
Absolutely. I mean, no doubt about it. If you don't think you can become a better team, you don't give a guy $9 million. You're giving the guy $9 million because you think he's going to come in and do the job, and you're going to make the team better. That's the only way you're going to make and give a guy that type of money. It's because you expect him to come in and make the team absolutely better. And so what this did was it just kind of it reinforced the line that we needed to have. Okay, so we have things to fall back on, guys to fall back on. But right now, in all accounts and all measures, what they saying, man, Donovan's gonna play left tackle. Some he's been playing for a long time. Most of the years he's been playing at a high level at it too.
Yeah. And blocking for the GOAT, as most people refer to him as. So
yeah. So he's gonna be playing. He'll be blocking for the new GOAT.
The new GOAT, the up and coming GOAT.
The up and coming GOAT. That's right. Sure. That's the priority. That is the key. That right there has to be a priority. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. So.
And you bring up a really good point. Last thing we'll say on this, you bring up a really good point. As I think people forgot how much we talked about needing a right tackle last year. I think because Wiley stepped up in the playoffs, people forget. They kind of forgot everything that we were upset about, the pressures that he was allowing on the right side. This would be the first time. This is why I'm happy about this. This would be the first time right and left that Mahomes will have solidified tackles on both sides. And I know we had Fisher and Fisher and Schwartz, but now we have the Smith and Jawaan Taylor on left and right side. And I think it's going to be pretty scary to have both tackles really locked down. And I'm confident in both those guys. I know people want to bring up stats, how many sacks he allowed last year, how many holding penalties Donovan Smith had. But for the most part, like you said, he's been a pretty solid left tackle in his career.
Right. And then also, too, we got Jared McKinnon back. So if we need a chip or, get out, give him a little help, we'll do that, too. We got an all-pro left guard, Joe Thuney, beside him as well. We can do that, too. So to me, You get $9 million, get the left tackle you need. Doesn't change things other than just get it, reinforce what you had and get it better. That's it. This is it's practicality. To me, that's how you do things. It's just it's a practical way of doing it, right? Get a guy that's his specialty, this position. Let him stay there. Let another guy stay here. I hate playing musical tackles and musical linemen and all of that, man. Forget that, okay? Leave it for the nursery rhymes and whatever. So let's get real. Let's get serious about this. And they did. That's why I love Beach about making this move, right? Beach and I'm sure the coaches and all of them talked about it. Like, okay, listen, hey man, it's gonna be a task. We know we can do it. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah, happy about the move. So Chief Concerns gives that move an A+ from us.
A+, thumbs up, no doubt about it. Somebody made a comment that there's no difference between right and left tackle. That's baloney. It's baloney. Sure. When you're right hand dominant, you could absolutely know that when you're looking, you turn like this. You can see the pass rush coming. You have to feel this one behind you, right? Because you can't see this. You have to feel, right? When you got eyes in the back of your head, if you do, then you're a whole different person.
Yeah, they need to be making a full billion, not a $500 million.
Right, exactly. You're an alien from somewhere else.
Exactly. All right. Well, that does it for us, everybody. We thank you guys for tuning in. I also want to give a shout out to all the viewers that we had on the live shows this weekend for the our reaction shows while our guy JD was down on the ground getting live reports from the draft. But yeah, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in to our show and downloading it this past weekend. We had a great time, and we hope everyone enjoyed the Deneric Prince interview that we had for you guys tonight.
Absolutely. Sure. Hey, man, the guys are in the building. And so let's just enjoy it, right? And I know sometimes we want to be reactionary to things. And the thing is, hey, let everything fall the way it should, okay? Them guys know to do their job. They know what's going on. They know what they're doing, okay? You can question whatever, but look, these guys, they get paid for this. They've been doing extensive study to take care of these things. So trust it, right? We said trust the process. Trust the process.
That's my guy, Joel Embiid, baby.
That's right.
VP now. But all right, guys, we'll end with that trust the process there. We'll see you guys next week on Chief Concerns. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.